is Tracy Gaskin. Welcome to Martha's Vineyard. Welcome to the Polar Bears. My mother and I are here, and with our friend Kevin Davenport. His mother, Brenda Davenport, is
Brenda. I know
a
Miss Brenda.
long-time polar bear, and she is one of our exercise instructors. So you're sitting with polar bears who've been doing this for many years. So a little brief history. My brother Conrad passed away in 1995, 31 years ago, and in order to commemorate him and to memorialize him, we put some of his ashes into the Sound because this is where my brother used to swim. My mother decided that she really wanted to have a spot for him, and so we got a bench, and this bench is like the first bench because the polar bears actually, the swimmers anyway, would come in through here. And 30 years ago, we actually used to exercise on this side as well. It wasn't until, I don't know, maybe about 15, 20 years ago where we moved to the other side of the beach where it was less rocky. But my brother was on the bench. My mother got the bench, and then after she got the bench, other people said, this is an interesting idea. Maybe I'm gonna get me a bench. And so now, if you go all up and down the seawall, the polar bears, this next one is made out to the polar bears. Different people have got benches so that they can watch the ocean and they can participate in what goes on in Equal Beach. And my grandmother, Therese Rowley Christian, she used to come up all the time and actually babysit my brothers and I, because my parents, somebody had to make donuts. So the two of them would leave the island and come back, and my grandmother stayed with us. After the swim, people would go to various people's houses to have breakfast, but if 500 or 490 people came to my house looking for some eggs and some grits or whatever, there'd be a whole lot of people mad, okay? Can't have that many people in my house. So my grandmother was the one that came up with the idea, well, let's just bring a little something to the beach and everybody can share. Hence, we started the Monday breakfast on the beach. The third person on there is my father, Conrad Gus Gaskin. Everybody knows him as Gus. He just recently passed, well, not recently, but he passed away 9 years ago, almost 10 years ago, in 2017. And my father was a long-time polar bear. He loved swimming. He taught my brothers and I how to swim. And he was always a swimmer, up until the diabetes started to take his sight and he was unable to really go into the water. We still would assist him, but he was uncomfortable swimming, being visibly challenged, and being in the ocean because you really have no idea where you're going. So he would still swim at the Y, but so he would come and he would wear his little yellow hat and he would sit and chit-chat and tell stories, and he was definitely a storyteller, and he would make people laugh, and he would invite people to come into the water. It's something that myself, my mother, my father, all the Gaskins were always inviting people to come into the water because the water is